a 3 in the comments if you want to share some gratitude. Otherwise, keep dropping your gratitude. All right, what are we grateful for tonight? And we're gonna rock and roll with this calling tonight, y'all. Big mood, let's go. Faith, that's what I'm talking about. Big mood, you come to the line and share your gratitude, bro. The rain.
I was on mute.
The rain is important.
Great evening, family. Can y'all hear me and see me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So real quick, y'all already know I'm super happy and grateful for another day to get better in mind, body, and spirit. Grateful for this haircut, you dig. It's been a minute, man. We've been in grind mode. I'm super happy and grateful for my family. Super happy and grateful for a God, his grace, his love, awareness. I'm super happy and grateful that my mind is a center for divine operation. I'm super happy and grateful that I am Master Trader. I'm super happy. Hold up. That was Ree. I'm on that op call. I just put some guests on there. Super happy and grateful now that I've earned $10 million. I've given away $3 million. I have helped 10 other people earn $1 million. So that's what I'm super happy and grateful for. Much love, light, peace, blessings to everybody. Appreciate y'all. Don't just live life, love life. Let's get it.
That is a huge vision. Y'all drop some love in the chat box for that vision. That is so powerful. Anybody else want to share their 15 seconds of gratitude? And we're going to rock and roll with this amazing call on tonight. All right. Listen, Moody out there making millionaires. Let's go. All right, perfect. Amazing. Let's go. All right, cool. So, guys, I'm just going to go from some different points tonight. Just different things that I've been studying, but just some things I want to elaborate on as we go into month number 2. Y'all drop some 2s in the chat box. We're going to check a deuce of January. We are officially in month number 2 of the year 2021. Like I said, you first have to know what your goals are. And I want to make sure I keep emphasizing that every single week because, at the end of the day, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a vision, that's what the guy says, man, without vision, they perish. All right. So we definitely got to make sure we keep our vision in front of us. Make sure we know what it is that exactly that we want. So make sure you've written out your top 10, 15 goals for 21. All right. I have them on my lock screen. I see them every day. I used to have the chairman elite rank flyer, the compensation flyer on my screen, but I did not realize my goals are so much bigger than just chairman. So I put all my goals in a collage on my home screen. It also helps me to see them all the time. You have to see your goals. And it gives you a sense of, okay, did I do something to reach my goal today? Did I do something to get closer to my goals today? All right. So make sure you guys can see them at all times. You just don't want to have them at home on the wall. When you go out and about, when you're traveling, how do you see your goals? All right. You want to it's a very, very important thing. Okay. So understand this. I said on today, everybody has to understand the power within them. All right. Everybody has to understand the power within. Okay. A lot of us too often, we're solely dependent upon ourselves to get to where we want to go. Okay. So you have to ask yourself this question: am I fully capable by myself to achieve all my goals? If you feel like you can do all your goals by yourself without the power within, without any help, without any assistance, drop a yes or no in the chat box. Can you do all of that by yourself? Do you need help? Do you need the power within? Who are you? Do you have that level of awareness? Do you have that level of understanding? All right. So for all my people who can do all their goals by themselves without any assistance, without any help, without any guide, if you can do that by yourself, drop a 1. If you know you can't do it by yourself, drop a 2. Okay. Because we have to first understand where we was at. All right. Am I aware that I'm not capable of doing it by myself? Okay. Now, for everybody that's dropping a 2, you're on the right side. And I want you guys to understand this. Dropping that 2, also make sure you have to understand you can't just drop a 2 because you are aware that you can't do it by yourself. You have to drop that 2 because you accept that you can't do it by yourself as well. All right. You have to have a sense of peace and understanding, knowing that I'm so glad I don't have to do it by myself. Do you know how crazy you'll be trying to figure out a lot of this stuff? All right. You got to have a level of peace. Somebody drop peace in the chat box. But how do you gain peace? You got to increase your awareness in relationship. All right. You got to, I went crazy trying to. You have to increase your relationship. Okay. And you got to increase your studies to gain your level of awareness. So you're only going to be aware of this power within if you're building a relationship, and if you're trusting, if you're solely leaning into that power within. So many of us, sometimes it may feel uncomfortable, guys. You may be like, man, I'm aware of this, I'm aware of that, but do I truly want to be able, do I really want to give myself away? Do I really want to let go? All right. Some of us have to understand, are we truly letting go? Or are we holding on thinking we have let go? Please write that down. Have I solely let go yet? Have I truly let go? Maybe that's why certain things are not manifesting right now, because I'm still in the way. So have I truly let go? That is the question on tonight. So how do you know you've let go? You're never worried. You're never concerned. You have this huge level of peace. It almost comes off nonchalant. Okay. You got to ask yourself, have you let go? You will let go when you're no longer complaining. You've let go when you have a huge vision. You've let go when you're patient. You've let go and let God when you are literally in this serene state. You've let go when you don't even know how to gossip and complain. All right. You've let go when you don't know how to moan and whine. Okay. You only have one expectation, one vision, tunnel vision. I only see God I see God in the review, and I see God in the view. It only goes one way. Because when I look back and see what he's brought over my life, when I look back and see all the things he's done for my life, I only see God. So you got to ask yourself, have you been questioning? Have you been doubting what's coming forward? Because you don't even realize that he's been in the review and he's been in the preview. All right. He's in every view when you have peace. Please understand that. He's in every single view when you have peace. So when I look back, I don't see B. Burrell. I see what God has done for me. If whatever your belief system is, if you've been through a challenge and you've made it through, when you look back and see you made it through, and you made it through on tonight, drop a 7 in the chat box if you made it through tonight. When you look back, you can honestly see that you made it through. Right? You have to understand that vision is just, listen, do y'all understand that view is only 1/10 at one time? That when you look back and you see that view is simultaneously the present view as well. That view simultaneously is the present view, in the future, in the preview, because all at once, God is omnipotent. And when you understand that, he's always present, no matter which direction you looked, he's always been there. But too many times people want to do this. Hey, I need you to move out the way for a second. Too many people want to do this. They want to do the Heisman on it. Let me handle this. You got to stop trying to handle things and allow him to. The real riches of your mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The real riches of your mind. The greatest secret is the power within you. Okay. The average man is looking everywhere but within. You're looking at help from somebody you may know, a family or friend. Google them. Right? You're doing all these things, but lo and behold, you didn't have enough belief and awareness to understand everything that you needed. All of the resources that you needed already resided within you. So we need to stop looking for the wrong type of help and understand that help already resides within. Has anybody ever looked to themselves to solve things? Right? You got to get in automatic. You got to have an automatic response to put him in. You got to have an automatic response to only see that he's the solution. Right? The infinite power within you instantaneously. All right. You got to instantaneously access that. It can't be no delay. For instance, you may be having a challenge right now in your life and you've called everybody about the problem. You've called everybody about the problem. Of course, the more you focus on it, the more the problem expands. You're feeding the problem by talking about it. Right. But your instinct, it's not until maybe you just get this random blessing. Maybe it finally works out for you. And then you're like, man, I knew God was going to come through. You got to understand, guys, it has to be an automatic response to trust. Your first response should be trusting. Your first response should be trusting. Your first response should be leaning. Your first response should be giving it to him. But that's why sometimes people's blessings are delayed, because they're too busy looking and asking for guidance for people who don't even have the power. Are y'all aware that every single person, it's a fact, they don't have the power to solve your problems? Are we aware of that? Yes or no? Are we aware that you cannot solve my problems? I cannot solve your problems. Why do we call people about problems that we know for 100% can't solve them? Why do we expand on talking about the negative things? Why is it your habit to be negative? Why is it your automatic response to be fearful? Why is it your automatic response to have doubt? You got to learn to see that sometimes the storms, guys, and the challenges are presented in front of you to test what you've been speaking. It's a lot of things to see. Okay, they talk a good game, but let me put them in the game. Somebody put game in the chat box. They talk a good game, but let me put them in the game and let me see how they react right away. Are they react or do they respond? All right. Don't forget the power within. I'm at a point now where I'm pretty much on autopilot. Coach, put me in the game. I'm ready for this challenge. See, so many people get caught up in looking at the scoreboard that they allow what the score says to determine their level of faith. So many people get so caught up in looking at the scoreboard that they allow the scoreboard to determine what God can do. They allow the scoreboard to determine, oh, my back office, oh, this, or my trading account. No. Did you keep forgetting? See, until you get a state of automatic trusting response, until you solely reside, until you give yourself to that response, you're going to always look at the scoreboard. Some of y'all have scoreboard faith. You're too busy counting the points. It's not a point system. It's a spiritual system. All you have to do is give yourself away. But we down in the second quarter, or the end of last year had a business cycle, or I blew my trading account for the 100th time. Who cares? What is the vision? I will give you the desires of your heart. It's that simple. But your automatic response keep being the complete opposite. Right? It's really simple. But the reason you can't live a simple life because you want things to not be simple. He says, stop looking at the scoreboard. Stop looking at the facts. It is a fact that it's 27 degrees up here in Kansas City. All right. There's facts all around us. But did you know who has the upper hand? There's an upper hand. You got somebody who can deal any card and change the game at any given moment. So stop counting the cards. Stop looking at the points on the scoreboard. Your coach is infinite. Your coach can change the game. But he's been telling you, do y'all understand? He gives you the plays. He's opening up the playbook, the word. Listen, I want you to only follow if you can believe, I'm going to create. That's all he's asking. He gave you the blueprint. He gave you the play. I'm asking you to remember the play. So when I put you in the game and there becomes a challenge, or maybe the scoreboard tries to grasp your attention, you'll know not to give it any focus, because I gave you the only play we're running, and that play is called faith. That play is called faith. So how many of you guys on a day-to-day basis allow the scoreboard to distract you from your faith journey? How many of y'all are counting the points? Let's be honest. Drop in the chat box. Have you counted the points? Have you been the person just get distracted and look at the scoreboard sometimes in your life? Yes or no? And the scoreboard just throw you all off. You was good. You was believing big. You was on track. You was winning. But some of y'all don't know how to sustain the same amount of joy, excitement, and gratitude, because you believe what you see is you not winning. Oh, come on, B. You believe what you're seeing is not you winning. You lost sight of the vision. Just like he said, it was a Peter. Peter said, Jesus, if that's you, bro, pull me out down that water with you. He said, come on, walk to me. Walk to me. I got you. Peter's walking on the water, but guess what? Got distracted. Winds of the waves and his homeboys. As soon as he took his eyes and looked at the scoreboard, he started to drown. How many of y'all are doing that every single day? It's so simple to believe. Why? Because I look at the rearview mirror all the time. I have too much evidence. I have too much proof for me not to believe. Right? So that's the first question. Do you even believe? Or is this just, are you a spectator? Are you just coming to the game and eating popcorn and enjoying the scene? Right? Understand that poverty is a disease of the mind. Belief in poverty, belief in lack, belief in limiting thoughts. Oh. Oh. Sorry, the baby just fell down the stairs. Oh. Sorry, y'all. The baby just fell downstairs and hit his head on this hard floor. Lord have mercy. He all right. He is all right. I declare it. He is all right. He's a little busy about it. He's gonna be fine. Poverty is a disease of the mind. All right. Wealth is a state of mind. We have to believe in the law of the riches of the power within you. Okay. When you banish the false beliefs within yourself, that's when you begin to gain peace. You have to unbecome who you are today. And there's so many levels to it. There's so many levels to it. So I want you to really sit there just for a second and really look at yourself. How often, if I look at my day-to-day life, how often am I gossiping, complaining, whining? You got to really think about how much time you're giving. If we calculate all the time you spent focusing on the wrong behavior, that's time you could have spent increasing your behavior, increasing your value, adding to your portfolio, your faith portfolio, right? But we can't get on these calls and just listen to things, guys. We got to go do application. We got to bring the books. We got to bring the audios and make it this. You got to, sometimes you might want to take a 20-day window, a 21-day window and solely submerge yourself and just study, and then do it again. What we say, 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to keep it. 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to keep it. All right. So what I want you guys to do is, I've been telling people, you know, ultimately, guys, everything you desire is just your power, through your power of faith or auto-suggestion. All right. Again, whatever your belief system is, I'm sure you're required to speak and say things. So I was talking to Cliff the other day, and he was talking about his practices and auto-suggestion and how things are working out really well. And the only way this thing can become an automatic response, guys, if you are literally putting yourself in a state of auto-suggestion, praying all the time. So, for instance, how many of y'all know y'all ABCs? Who know them ABCs? You can't forget them if you wanted to, right? I hope everybody know the ABCs. You know your ABC, drop a 1 in the comments, right? You can't forget them things if you wanted to, right? How many times did you have to say and write your ABCs before they became automatic? If you had to put a number on it, how many times y'all think that is? It's a lot, right? Hundreds of times. How many times did you have to say your birthday? The question, I need you guys to hone in on this. Tying your shoes. How many times did you have to tie your shoes? How many times did you have to repeat these math problems? Right? How many times? Right? We are missing the formula, even though we've already used the formula. The formula is repetition. You are what you repeat every single day. I need y'all to catch this. I use my faith on repeat every single day. That thing is on autopilot. All right. It's at the point now, nothing can waver it, nothing disturbs it. I have so much peace. But it's through my studies. It's just through really just looking in the review, guys. Why? Because just like I know my ABCs and repeat, I can repeatedly see how he's always made a way. So why would I allow my faith to waver now? This is just going in a record book. This is just going into the Guinness World Record of all the things that God has done for me. He is in the Guinness World Record of my faith book. He's repeatedly made a way. How so? You answer your own prayer because it is done unto you as you believe. Here we go. It is done unto you as you believe. So if we were to grade your level of belief on tonight, what would you receive? If we were to grade your level of belief, it is done to you as you believe. If thou can believe that all things, everything is belief. All the healing that took place, all of the blessings that took place literally became from somebody's level of belief. So just like they run around doing temperature checks on people's foreheads and different vehicles and different clubs and different facilities, we need to check your belief level. because you're receiving as you're believing. Ain't no nothing good ever happened for me. Those things are not going right. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I'm ready to quit. I'm ready to give up. You don't have no belief. He didn't say you weren't going to be in the midst of a challenge as you receive increase. He just said you got to believe. So if you have any inkling of doubt, any inkling of worry, any inkling of giving up, if anything can shake your ship, guys, you're not believing big. How do you believe big? Who knows what the answer is? How do you believe big? Drop it in the comments if you can just tell me. No wrong answer. How do we believe big? Somebody tell me. Think big. I love it. Experience the desire. Experiences. How do we believe big? Work. Experiences for sure. You believe big by accepting it as simple. There we go. That's it. Trust. Trust God. Make all of the truths of God a reality in your heart. Okay? To believe is to accept something is true. That's how you believe big. Accept it as true. You have to be, it's this little window. I see a lot of people who, again, this is not to put my belief system on you. It's just you correlated whatever it is. There you go. That's what I was leading to next. You gotta trust God, but there's always this window where people hear it. They go to, they hear these studies, but for some reason they haven't been vulnerable. You got to put yourself in a vulnerable state. You got to unleash. You got to let go all control. You got to release it. I challenge you to test it. Release all control and completely trust. Complete trust. Absolute trust. Now, if you're not in a space of trusting yet, then we got to go through reconditioning. We got to go through programming. Auto suggestions, saying those things, that goes back. This is what I was going. That's why I brought the ABCs into the picture. Okay. Imagine if you treated your imagine if you treated your goals and your and reconditioning your thoughts and making this list of positive thinking. Imagine if you said it every single day as if you was trying to learn them ABCs. If you gave it the same amount of attention to that same capacity, do y'all believe you'll start speaking and feeling different? Yes or no? Do you believe you'll start walking different, feeling different? All right. You start whistling what you be praying. That's me. All right. I'm so happy and grateful now that God is in control of all my divine supply in every point of space, in every moment of time. It is a divine surplus. What if when you were walking out on the water, you repeating these thoughts, you repeating these suggestions to yourself gives you the ability to walk on water. So when you're faced with a challenge, you don't drown because your automatic response is God is in control. He is in complete control of my life. So if you do look at something else besides of the course, you can reject it instantaneously by repeating the things that you've been saying to yourself. Right? I told y'all the other week, compassion versus sympathy. Sympathy is agreeing that somebody is sick. Compassion is acknowledging it, but it's not a truth. Right? So you got to put yourself in a state for yourself. I'm compassionate about the different challenges that I face in my life, but I don't accept them as true because I am putting myself in a space of auto-suggestion. I declare that I am in control in my mind, my body, and spirit. I believe and I trust that God will always make a way. So when the storm comes, you speak it out of existence. Did you know you had the power to speak a storm out of existence? You also have the power to believe one and two existence. You have the power to believe one and two existence as well, but you got to choose which direction the storm goes. You have the power to speak. You can be in the middle of a storm, but there's a window of protection, and you can look around and see the storm is around you, but for some odd reason, it's still not touching you. Who knew that? I can walk in a storm and still not be touched. Interesting. Why? Because I see that it's a fact that it's clouds in my sky. I see that it's a fact that it's raining. I see that it's a fact that it's hailing. I see that it's a fact that it's lightning, it's roaring. The sounds are strong. The sounds are scary. The sounds may make me feel nervous. The sounds may make me feel anxious. But because I've been practicing my auto-suggestion like these ABCs, I behold and I declare, nothing can touch me. All things come to me. I can do all things through Christ. And so as I'm walking through this storm and I see these raindrops and this hail and this lightning, I'm still saying, I believe all things are possible to me believing. Everything works out for my highest good. Today is an amazing day. You got to speak light no matter what the weather, the storm. But some of y'all speak the storm and then listen, dang, it's hailing outside. Dang, it's scary out there. So that's why it begins to get closer and closer and closer and rain over you. Double entendre, because you're now speaking about the storm. If you stop speaking about the storms of life, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to always walk through every storm that come your way. We didn't say you weren't going to be in no storm. We said you can speak it out of existence and into existence. So which way is your words going? Are they constructive or are they destructive? Do you guys know you can become into a partnership with the storm? You can add to the storm, just like you can add lighter fluid to the fire. Jesus Christ. You got to choose. But you got to make sure you have the right auto-suggestion. So what are you saying to yourself every day? I hate this job. I can't stand this job. I can't learn how to trade. It's taking me to learn how to trade. I keep blowing accounts. I don't know if I can do this. People left my business. You are committing a partnership. You signed your name on a dotted line and say, you know what? I'm going to sell my soul to the storm. You've gotten into a partnership with the storm now because you keep talking about what the storm is doing instead of speaking against it. So how many times are you speaking with it? I love it outwitting the devil. He says, I don't have to do nothing most of the time because people do it for me. I don't have to go create hate, havoc, and chaos. People speaking into existence on my behalf. I just sit back and eat a box of popcorn and appreciate, listen, thank you for being my devil. All right. Why is Aaron calling me and I'm on this Zoom? Guys. You have to feel it. You have to feel the truth. You have to feel the truth. You have to feel the truth. You have to affirm it in your heart. You are truly rich when you are acquainted with the power within you. You are truly rich when you know that your thought is creative. Remember, you have the power to create the storm and remove the storm. That what you feel, you attract. So if you feel fear, you're going to attract fear. If you feel intimidated, you're going to attract intimidation. If you feel discouraged, you're going to attract a discouraged situation. If you feel down, you're going to have a down day. If you feel, you create. That's it right there, y'all. If you feel, you create. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough experience. I don't have the time. I don't have that. I can't, I won't, don't know how. Create, 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 create. What you feel, you attract, ladies and gentlemen, and that what you imagine, you become. What you feel, you attract, but what you imagine is what you become. Your vision, what you guys see in your mind. But some people don't believe what I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't believe. You have the audacity to say you don't like people calling you with all that negativity, but then you don't believe that negativity can be created on the external plane. It's not just things that are vocalized. It's not just words. Check this out. I want y'all to open y'all mouth and say, let there be light. And when you say it, I want you to imagine that you just created light. Let there be $1 million in my bank account. Let there be. But some people don't believe that there's something that's actually creating something. But it is. Right? I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of not having money. When you say that, you're saying let there be. Whatever you complain about, whatever discourages you, and when you speak it, you're literally saying let there be. Y'all drop in the comments, let there be. Let there be. Your subconscious mind is the seat of your habits. Okay. It's going to give you the right action, but you got to make sure you're doing this stuff regularly and systematically, guys. You got to say and act in the right way. You have to say and act in the right way. Thoughts are things. Let there be. Okay. Let there be. So how do we begin to put ourselves in a state to get things done? You got to sit quietly. You got to be quiet. Get yourself in a space. Y'all got some baby kids, tell them kids to go to bed. All right. Find yourself in a quiet space and say, let there be. Get yourself in a quiet space and say, let there be. Quiet your mind. Be still, be relaxed, be obedient, be submissive to the truth. Feel the truth. Be quiet, calm, and peaceful in a receptive state. The wisdom of your subconscious mind is going to rise to the surface and start creating the answers and solutions that you need. So I want to ask y'all on today, what do you want to be in 2021? Do y'all know what y'all want this year? Yes or no in the comments. Do you know what it is that you want? Okay. Chairman 25. So we know what we want this year. Okay, good. My question now is, are you acting and are you acting for what you want? Are you acting for what you want? So my chairman people on the line, are you sharing the plan 6 times a week? Are you meeting 5 to 10 new people every single day? Right? Good. That means you're acting today. The harvest is that's the part of sowing the seed. That's the part of building the habits. So when you become that habitual state, then systematically you're going to get the return. When you become that habitual state, then systematically you're going to get the return. I need you guys to understand, solely just believing is not enough. You have to act and say. It didn't say believe only. Okay? You got to understand that. You got to turn over your request over by the way you feel. Turn your request over by the way you feel. If you're wondering how, when, where, through what source, if you're anxious and apprehensive, you do not really trust. If you are anxious, if you are apprehensive, if you are impatient, if you're counting the days, if you're counting the clock, if you're counting the numbers, if you're looking at the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, you do not trust God. Well, I brought in 50 people, but they left. You're counting the scoreboard, not running the play. It said faith and works. It didn't say faith, works, and count the points. Because what you begin to do now is you begin to walk into that territory where you're questioning, can God even make a way? When you count, if things are working out in your favor, when you begin to get discouraged, when you begin to question, you're now doubting what God can do. You're now saying, you know what, bro, I don't know if you can really do this for me. Indirectly, you're saying that. When you call and complain about something, hey, bro, hey, yo, Q, listen, I don't know if I can really do this trading thing. Okay. That's an insult to the power within. That's an insult. When you're nagging and you're whining and you're complaining, listen, you got to cease it all up. Cease to exist that. You got to think of your desires, the light, the love. Remind yourself of the power within, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Do not waste your energy by thinking about, peas, grievances, judgments, hatred, comparing your old success to the day. Man, I remember when I hit this. I remember when I did that. That don't matter. You're not that person anymore. You need to focus on who did you become in the process of hitting that. Let's not talk about the results. Let's talk about the evolution. That's the mistake too many people make. Let's not talk about the results. Let's talk about the evolution. All right? We have to make sure we have this awareness, guys, because at the end of the day, you may know your goals. You may know what you want to happen this year. Are you acting and are you saying, but most of all, are you believing for it right now? And have you solely given over your request without any whining and complaining? That's the biggest point. If we walk around, if God or whoever your belief system was to walk around and trail you all day, are they, I said this before, are they trailing your faith? What are your conversations like? Let me ask y'all something. If you knew for a fact that God is sitting right next to you, if you could just see him, would you change how you talk? Would you talk better? Yes or no? Would you become more conscious of how you speak throughout your day? If he's literally an intern, oh Lord. If God is an intern to your conversations, if God was an intern to what you're saying on a daily basis, if you was teaching him how to speak and believe, would you speak consciously? Yes or no? Would you improve how you're talking to yourself and other people? Yes or no? In the comments. Right? Would you stop the complaining and the whining? Would you stop the doubt? Would you stop the limiting thoughts? Right? And if he was supposed to say, you know what, I'm gonna get some key nuggets from Q. I'm gonna get these Q nuggets from Ms. Brown, and I'm gonna take them back and share them with the world. What do those nuggets look like? I want y'all to understand something on tonight. That's already happening right now. That's already happening right now because the power is within you. So every single negative thing that you speak, God is in the midst of your conversation. Every single negative thing that you speak, God is in the midst of your conversation. Every single negative feeling that you feel, he's in the midst of your conversation. All this time, he's been present. But remember, too many people get caught up on the fact that they can't physically see him, that they don't feel like, they don't realize that he's right there with them. You got to separate the two. All right. To believe is accept something as true, ladies and gentlemen. Meditate quietly. All right. Quiet your mind. Okay. And the other thing I want you guys to make sure that you're doing, the one thing I want to make sure you guys are doing, you have to give up the bad habits. You have to literally decree that it's over, it's done. All right. Decree the freedom and the peace of your mind. All right. Decree the freedom and the peace of your mind. Okay. What I've been doing, I think I shared this last week. I need y'all to take a day this week. Some of you guys probably do the best days on the weekends. And who has their auto suggestions? All right. I want you to think of them as your automatic prayer request. Okay. Your automatic prayer request. I want you to look at it as that. I don't want it to be just something you're saying as you're reading the Easter speech or something. I want you to really get in a quiet space. I want you to separate yourself from people as many times a day as you can, minimum of 10 minutes a day. And I really want you to get yourself into a space. Just be more, I want y'all to really be intentional about this. We are redoing our ABCs. Applying belief consistently. Applying belief consistently. We got a new set of ABCs. Okay. These ABCs is this your belief system? Somebody called it. In this ABC regimen, you can write them down. You can put them in your phone. Now I had to do both because if I'm traveling, I want to make sure I don't lose this document. So I have it on my Google Docs. Okay. I have it on my Google Docs. And I really want you to be submissive. Anybody been in a crisis before and you beg and plead to God to make a way? Yes or no? Come on. Anybody ever been in a crisis of their life? There you go, Joe. Anybody ever been in a crisis in your life and you begged and pleaded God to make a way? They might have been in a hospital bed next to somebody. You might have been at home. You might have seen something on TV. Maybe it's some people you never knew, but you was praying for them. and you beg and pleaded, God, please make a way. It almost felt like you was trying to force something out of you to make it work. But did you know all you had to do was relax? Did you know that all you had to do was relax? Because when you bind yourself up and worry, but yet you're praying for worry. When you bind your body up, when you tense yourself up, God, please let this happen. You're begging. Why would you beg for something that when you understand the laws, when you understand how you don't have to beg for God to make a way, ladies and gentlemen? You got to relax. It goes from begging to knowing. Oh, I know they're going to be healed. What do I got to worry about that for? I know. Why do we beg as if we don't even know it's going to work out? The feelings that come behind begging God is worry, is concern, disbelief. You never had to beg. You just have to be grateful. But I want y'all to understand these new set of ABCs. I want you to get in a state of, you can say auto-suggestion or prayer, whatever word you want to use. I just need you to repeat new things to yourself every single day, multiple times a day. And you remember when you got in trouble and they say, I would not be loud in class no more. I would not be loud in class no more. You can even put that into practice, because what's going to start happening is you're going to start training your mind to start repeating things, reprogramming. So as you go through life on a day-to-day basis, your response to things start to change because you got a new set of ABCs, applying belief consistently. Don't get off this call and let this be the last time you hear the new set of ABCs. Get you an accountability partner. Y'all get on a call together and write them out. Do what you got to do. But your reprogramming for you to truly trust and get in that space of automatically leaning onto God's unchanging hand or whatever your belief system is going to come through what? Systematically knowing how to respond with faith. We all have these systemic ways from society. Societies can condition people to go to school to get good grades. How about you go to your prayer? How about you go to your own class? Your class. And you got to do your homework every single day. Because when you do your homework every single day, guess what happens? When there's an exam, when there's a midterm, hence the storms. When you do your homework every single day, and you get another midterm, and you get another final, and you get another midterm, and you get another final, you're always going to ace the test because every day you studied your what? Sorry, y'all, they was calling me about the baby. So, yeah, give yourself homework every single day. Now, don't leave the homework to you just saying these things either. You got to go to work. What do you want the end of 2021 like? So you guys want to hit chairman, communication, hitting the goals, talking to prospects. All right. For those of you who want to build the business, those who want to hit your trading goals, compound effect, growing your account, reaching those percentages, studying the information. Maybe you want to do something that has nothing to do with IM. You might want to start a whole new business. Know what the end is, build your affirmations, do your new ABCs, speak something different to yourself every single day on autopilot. Y'all know what's going to happen if you say that stuff every single week for the next 11 months? Do you know how it's so responsive you're going to be? And then you're going to be programming your mind to start doing things. It's going to start gravitating the things that you need, the resources that you need to make it work anyway. Right? Does that make sense, y'all? 11 months straight of programming, faith, belief, the right words, the right responses, the right information. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to feel like stuff just happens. No, you became who you needed to be. You truly believe. And now you begin to attract every single thing that you want in your life. Naturally, without cringing and begging. You don't have to beg when you possess. Become who you need to become so you can attract what you need. But it's only by your belief that you attract. I hope that makes sense, guys. All right. So who's going to do their new ABCs tonight? Drop ABC in the chat box. Applying belief consistently. I'm not talking about no letter of the alphabet. If somebody say, what you doing working on my, if you at work and you over there sneaking around writing your ABCs 50 million times, they're going to say, what you doing? You're going to say, I'm working on my ABCs. And let them laugh. Go on social media. I'm learning my ABCs again. You're like, what is she talking about? What is he talking about? Put them kids down. Put them kids in a state of believing too. Help them write some new ABCs. We're memorizing things that would never serve a purpose for us to really get to the next goal. All right. ABC means applying belief consistently. Because Mark 9:23 says what? Listen. Applying belief consistently. What do you want? All things are possible to those who believe. I hope y'all catching this. Applying your new ABCs. Applying belief consistently. Applying belief consistently is going to get you in a state of automatically suggesting those things in your life. You're going to become those things that you're stating. And when you begin to become, you begin to believe, and you begin to what? Believe. All those things become possible for you. Those become your new truths. Okay? But you are already rich, because if you exercise these principles, when you exercise these principles of your mind, you're already rich. Because you got to be aware, guys. You can create anything you want by thought. You got to know that. You planned your birthday party. You wanted that new car. You wanted that new house. It all came from thought. You imagined those things, and then you brought it into existence. Spiritual, then physical. Follow the equation. ABCs, applying belief consistently. Write them down, and it may take you a couple of days. Don't rush it. And you got to make sure you're always speaking in a state of present tense. Don't be saying, I am becoming. No, I am, period. I am becoming rich. I am becoming, no. I am wealthy. I am positive. I am powerful. Right? Never speak in past or future. It's only one. It's only present. Because you have to act and say today. Because it's always going to only be today. So you take the time, write up those new ABCs, and you set an alarm. 10 minutes. Play some meditation music or whatever your favorite song is. Something in the background, low, quiet. Sometimes just complete quiet. Listen to the birds if you need to. But I need you to duck off away from people. And I need y'all to take this very seriously. Right? Lunch break, multiple times a day. And you just begin to say it. And because you got to understand, this is the question I'm going to leave y'all with. The reason I'm saying this, because the question you got to ask yourself, if thoughts are things, okay, what is the strangest secret? Y'all drop in the chat box. What is the strangest secret? Because this is bringing it all back home. Perfect. You become what you think about is the strangest secret. The question I'm going to leave y'all with on tonight. Don't forget to do your homework, because I've already been pretty much done my homework. All right. I'll share some of mine next week. But my question is for you, what do you think about all day long? Earl says you become what you think about all day long. That's what he says. What do you think about all day long? I'm going to leave y'all with that question. I really want you to ponder on that. Because if your goals are not your number one thought, you're not creating. Come on, B. If your goals are not your number one thought, you're not in creative mode, because thoughts are things. Hope that makes sense. Two things, ABCs, and what do you think about all day long? And you got to put yourself, the ABCs are to position you to now think about your goals all day long, because thoughts are things. And now you can take it out of the spiritual and put it into a physical equivalent, because now it's your number one thought. All right. But we got to reprogram ourselves to have a number one thought. Thinking is a skill set. And that's what we're working on right now. We're building our thought skill set. We're building our thought muscle. We're building our thought muscle memory. So when we do physically arrive at the end of 21, I can already say, you know what? They've been living there since February. They've been at the end of 21 since March. This feels nostalgic, right? So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. What do I think about all day long? That is what's going to serve you. That's what you're creating. All right. So what's our hashtag tonight? I hope y'all got some value. All right. We're going to hashtag in our team chats, social media. Everybody got homework. Please, please, please make sure y'all do that homework. That's going to literally change your life. This is really not optional. You got to do that. You want a transformation? You got to change the information that's in your head. All right. What's our hashtag tonight? ABC. Easiest 1, 2, 3. Yes, Mr. Clark. You can do more than 10, but make sure your top 21 goals are in that list. Okay. I have about 15. Okay. Relearning my ABCs. Somebody said ABC is easy as 1, 2, 3. Let's see. How about this? ABC me. ABC me. Applying belief consistently. Okay. ABC me. And me. All right. Peace and blessings, family. Let's drop that in the chats. Listen, get it done. Work on it all week if you need to, but get it done, because we got to have that transformational information take place systematically in our mind. All right. Peace and blessings, family. Guard your mind, walk on that water, and don't get distracted. I love you guys. Have a great night.